What is going on, guys? Welcome to yet again another live stream-ish type of upload that we're going to do tonight. It's just gotten too late in order for YouTube to actually get week number 3 uploaded. It would have taken another hour for a simple 30-minute video. So we are just going to do the same thing as we did as week number 1, and we're going to just go ahead and watch the actual video that I ended up uploading. Or trying to upload to YouTube. So what do you say we actually go into it, guys? And we don't want to show that. We don't want to show that. We don't want to give things away. So let's get right into it. What do you say we do that? I will wait for just a few moments. Until everybody can get in. We currently have 7 people. That's incorrect. We have currently 15 people in here right now. And let's say, what do you think we just go ahead and do it? So, guys, Nebraska State, Fresno. I will shut off the pick'em form so nobody can make their picks any longer. And I actually don't have those updated quite yet, so those are actually going to get updated on Monday. So just to let you guys know, I will be closing that off, but we will get those updated on Monday morning. I will post that in the community tab on the YouTube channel. So if you need to go, if you really don't know where that's at, go into the home page of the YouTube channel, GoGlover9, GG9, and then you'll see home tab, videos tab, and then community tab. If you click the community tab, then it'll show up. So all my posts, everything, I usually post every Monday. I might post like on a Wednesday or Thursday, letting you guys know what's up for the weekend or something like that. But we'll get started here once we get more people in. Got 16 in right now. I might as well just get started. Here we go. So I'm actually going to minimize this real quick because we actually have to get desktop audio on. So you guys have to be able to hear what's going on in the background. So let me know if you guys can actually hear the screen. Can you guys hear this? What is going on, guys? Welcome to week number 3 of year number 5 in the Big 12 Team Builder Dynasty. We have Nebraska State against Fresno State, Little Rock against Maryland, and Wisconsin taking on Kansas A&M. So we got a lot of good action here for you guys in week number 3. Happy Saturday. Hopefully you guys' teams ended up getting a W in your real life college football world. Michigan, on me and my brother's side, unfortunately did not. They suck. They're not very good this season. Jim Harbaugh needs to leave. But we need to talk about Nebraska State's defense right here that's caught a lot of fire as of late. They have not been very good, getting a lot of shootouts, but this is a good way to start off week number 3 is by getting a bunch of tackles for losses here. 3rd and 14, but that's not good. That's not good. Little pick play there, and this receiver is going to go all the way for a touchdown. John Inman for 56 yards. Brent Bailey, 2 of 2, and oh god, look at that face. Look at that face. He's excited. He's happy, especially when his quarterback's going to be throwing seams like that. Ben Shinosky looking to do just the same thing for his offense. Still has yet to throw for a single passing touchdown on the year. 0 up on the board for him so far in year number 5. So Shinosky getting pressure, going to throw it away on 2nd and 10. He's now 0 of 2 against this Fresno State defense. Looks like the same play here. Slants. Going to find Jamarquise Kimberling. Nice little slingshot right there. Nice throw for 15 to find Kimberling. 2nd and 10. Shinosky going to go to LaBelle. And this is what I keep telling my brother. I'm like, little broski, just run the ball. Just run the ball with Shinosky and LaBelle. LaBelle can handle the workload. Hargrove can be that change of pace. Shinosky can do that little read option. He's got enough speed to do it. Just do that. He's not the greatest passer in the world, but we can see here almost picked off and then almost completed. A lot of risky throws by Mr. Ben Shinosky right there. So unable to catch that into the end zone. Joseph able to pick up this first down. Almost picked again, this time by Matt Davis with the deflection. Shinosky 3 of 8 currently. And then Kimberling going to find his way to the end zone for an 11-yard touchdown Gotta like it. 4 of 9 for 40 yards. And that, my friends, is Shanoski's first passing touchdown on the year. So it's about time. It's about time. 1st and 10 after another first down throw. Nebraska State's defense did hold. They held on their last possession there. Well, Fresno State's last possession. But Dante LaBelle with the moves. And he's going to take a big hit. You got to watch out for those knees. He did have some knee trouble when he was recruited to being a big-time running back for the Prairie Dogs. He's had some knee troubles. We can see here an incomplete pass going from Shanoski to the receiver. 3rd and 6 after a 4-yard run by Dante LaBelle. And here's the 3rd and 6 play. Nobody's open. Nothing is there. Shanoski, he missed the tackle, dumped it off to LaBelle. Maybe could have took off and run for it, but I think that was the smart play. LaBelle was open. Got to trust your receiver to make a play. Tyler Wade, the fullback. Landon Wade, excuse me. I'm using my MLB The Show knowledge here, my baseball player knowledge to come up with these player names. And Dante LaBelle going to get in for a touchdown, 14-7, Nebraska State. So this is what I like to see. I like to see Nebraska State running the darn football. Here's Ronnie Rivers going to go for a big-time gain. And guys, this is going to be a touchdown for Fresno State. There's nobody going to catch him. He's too fast. He's too speedy. The river is wild right there. Unfortunately, Fresno State's going to tie the football game. And that Nebraska State defense still kind of looking a little shoddy right now. 14-14. Shanoski fumbles the football. Luckily, the offensive lineman was there to pick it up. And then Jontavius Nichols has all the blocking that he needs. Can he get into the end zone? Down at the 1-yard line. But unfortunately for Fresno State, it was a huge gain. It was a very big gain. They had been kind of keeping Nebraska State on their toes a little bit throughout this entire first half. And then, that big play for Jontavius Nichols allowed Nebraska State to get a touchdown later on. 21-14, and then another out route pass is going to go completed, and this time it's going to be another touchdown. 6 of 7 for Brent Bailey for 144 yards. Guys, Nebraska's defense, they can't do anything right now to save themselves from these shootouts right now. 21-21, Vivaldi gets this catch down the left after scramble by Shanoski. 2nd and 5, pass is going to complete to Seamus O'Regan for 9. 2nd and 10, Shanoski got a little drag routes here, and Kimberly's going to come up with this 12-yard catch, moving the chains. Another 2nd and goal situation, and LaBelle dives into the end zone for a 3-yard touchdown. And Nebraska State takes the lead again. So it's just this back and forth type of football game that we have going on here against Fresno State. But why do we show kickoffs? Why do we show kickoffs, guys? Because either good things or bad things are going to happen. It just depends on who you're rooting for. And Nebraska State's got lanes. Jontavius Nichols misses 2 guys, and he's down the sideline, make it 3, and he almost just ran out of gas, just fell down at the 1. But he's going to go for a touchdown, guys. That is a huge return for Nebraska State. So they go up 14, 35-21. 2nd and 12. Shanoski rolling out to the right. He's going to flip it over to Derek Smith for the first down. 3rd and 8. Shanoski, yet again, feeling pressure. Going to roll out just a little bit, but just enough to find Vivaldi for the first down. 2nd and 10. A little bit of pressure again on Shanoski. He's going to roll out to the right, trying to make something happen. And he's going to actually get the first down. So a nice little stretch play there for Shanoski. He will have to come out of the game after all these scrambles. He's not hurt. He's fine. So Tyler Gladden checks in on these next 2 plays. 2nd and inches, and he's going to keep it on a read option. Keeps his footing, and he's going to find himself into the end zone for Nebraska State's touchdown. It's going to be 42-28 as we jump forward just a little bit. Fresno State will end up scoring a touchdown again, and it's going to be 42-28. Nebraska State, though, they're charging here late in the 3rd quarter. 1st and goal set up after that Hargrove nice run. Shanoski back in at quarterback, And a little flip to Ronnie Rouse, the 95 speed demon freshman recruit. And that is going to set Ben Shinosky up for the school career passing touchdown lead. And we need a name for that quarterback. We need a name for him. We're not going to say it's his dad or it's not going to be his uncle or something like that. No family members. We already had that with Joey Shanka, who broke his dad's career sack record last season. So we need a name. We need a name. Post them in the comment section below. I'm anxious to hearing what you guys think. But we are going to go to Bubba Robinson. It's awesome. Bubba Robinson's making his first appearance in the series for you guys. This was a recruit from last season. Not a custom guy, but he was recruited heavily, and Robinson ended up deciding from Connecticut that he was going to come on over to Nebraska to get a shot at being a part of this program. And he looks pretty darn good right now. He has not missed a single pass. And with 2 minutes and 27 seconds left, guys, this game is pretty much over. And we see Bubba just flipping it out here, doing this West Coasty type of offense, not really trying to do too much. He's just find the open guy, just immediate quick reads and find the open guy, make good throws, and the rest is history. Just let your receivers do the work. Minute 15, Robinson dropping it back, and he's going to roll out. He's got a little bit of speed, too. And he fitted in right there with Cody Joseph able to make this catch. He's very, very accurate, and this might be the future of Nebraska State's offense. They're not going to be, slinging it all over the field, bombing it out deep. They're going to need some more playmakers here on the wide receiver side of things if Bubba Robinson's going to be their quarterback. He doesn't seem to like to be having that big arm that you really want from your quarterback, your prototypical quarterback. He seems more West Coasty. Maybe that's the fact that he's just young. Maybe that was just the game plan because the game was practically over and you wanted to get your quarterback some work. Whatever it was, that's really what Nebraska State was showing us, and that's what we have to analyze him with. Either way, he looks like he's going to be a pretty darn good one, and one to watch out for as we go further into this dynasty. So Nebraska State gets the win, and they looked pretty darn good doing it. The defense wasn't too shabby. Not too shabby. They did what they had to do, kept the offense in rhythm, and they got the W. So let's go to KAMU against Wisconsin in Camp Randall. Unfortunately, Michigan went to Camp Randall, and they couldn't get the W, so maybe KAMU can. Maybe KAMU can. I hope they do, because KAMU is like my baby. Outside of Amarillo and Ardmore, KAMU, they're my baby. And the Battlehawks. And. You guys get the point. I love all my team builder teams. All right, 2nd and 5 here. KAMU with Jace Freeman. They're going to go back to Doug Flores. He's going to get an 11-yard catch here, and they're going to move the chains. 1st and 10, going to Albert Willis for a 3-yard catch. And this is an important game for KAMU after beating Duke. This is an important game here because they want to get off of this schneid a little bit about not being able to get it done in the clutch. And almost intercepted here. Jace Freeman just throwing it into coverage. And Wisconsin stops KAMU's drive, and this kick wasn't even anywhere close. But after those 7 straight games that they ended up losing last season after winning their first 5 in a row, this is a big game for them. They need to be able to beat a good team like Wisconsin to officially state to the college football world and their fans and themselves that they're here, they're ready. But it doesn't look like that might be the case, as we see 2 big plays to Jake Blanchard and to Jonathan Taylor. And then Jonathan Taylor gets into the end zone for the first touchdown of the ball game. It's going to be 7-0 here, Wisconsin. So, yep, the cheerleaders like it. He's so strong. Yeah. Hopefully he can only do 7 push-ups because that's really what we want to see him do. No more push-ups for Bucky the Badger. None. Let's go KAMU. Jace Freeman going to take this option upfield for about 3 yards, 3 little measly yards there, and on 2nd and 7, just going to throw it away, sensing a little bit of pressure there. Wisconsin's defense looks like they've been pretty menacing on that offensive line for KAMU, and again, happens once more. It's a smart play by Jace Freeman. Just give your kicker a chance, and then they will end up getting the field goal here. 7-3, and nice play on defense on Jonathan Taylor. That is Dallas Wright coming in and making that tackle for a loss. And then we get another big-time play in the backfield by Jason Schuler. Watch this hit. Boom. Love it. Bringing the pain on defense. But again, KAMU, they push Wisconsin back even further and further. And they can't clutch up on the third down. And Danny Davis is going to get that 30-plus yard reception, going to get that first down. So Courtney Blanco going to get 12 here. Let's go to the second quarter, and we have Jonathan Taylor here doing the cutback. Wow, he set up his blockers perfectly. That's classic Wisconsin running back and running blocking scheme. And it's going to be 14-3 Wisconsin. 3rd and 10 here for KAMU. They're going to fire it out to the right, and wide open in the seams is Roy Hall. And he makes the catch for 59 yards. That's the type of big play that KAMU really needs in order to, like I said, get off the schneid a little bit and keep them in this football game. That's not going to work here as he gets dropped for a no gain. 4th and 1. Jace Freeman picks it up. He gets 3. 1st and goal for Kansas A&M. And wow, he fakes them all out. And that is going to be KAMU's first touchdown on the game. And you got to get pumped up. You got to get pumped up if you're KAMU to come back like this, make it 14-10. That is a big touchdown drive right there. So, yep, 14-10. And another big play to the left. Just can't stop him. Can't stop him. Here's Jonathan Taylor, got the blocking out in front again, and he's going to get dropped at the 1-yard line. But it doesn't matter because on the next play, he gets in for the 0-yard touchdown, 21-10. So Wisconsin gets that football back, and now the cheerleaders are saying, "He's so fly, he's so cool." Yep, they still love him. They still love him out there in Wisconsin. 3rd and inches, and Albert Willis, one of Jace Freeman's favorite targets here in this game, is going to make another catch. And here's finally Jameel Carter gets a sighting. 11 yards for Jameel. It's kind of frustrating with Bud Warner's offense. He doesn't really feature Jameel Carter at all. And it's really frustrating because you got to get the ball in your playmakers' hands here in order to keep yourself in the football game. But they get stopped short again. They're going to go for it. 4th and 1, being aggressive. And they're going to actually get the first down to Keenan Kirkland for 6. So here's a 3rd and 6 situation, 1:30. So time is ticking away. And Jace Freeman going to fire it out to the left for nothing. So 4th and 6. KAMU will end up kicking the field goal, so it's going to be an 8-point game here. And wow, you can't have that happen. You can't have that happen. Jake Blanchard makes this almost Hail Mary-esque type of throw and catch. And another reception here to Courtney Blanco for 14. And now Wisconsin is threatening yet again. 20 seconds to go before the end of the half. And on 3rd and goal, just throwing it away. It's not good when you're giving up points like that, especially on that Hail Mary type of throw. But to hold Wisconsin to a field goal right there and only be down 11 points, that's a good spot to be in, especially on the road. So let's go to the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 7, and almost picked off and then almost caught. Jack Cohn going deep, challenging that KAMU secondary, is going to get a little bit lucky here. 3rd and 7, and Courtney Blanco, yet again, is going to get found for 9 yards. So Wisconsin keeps on trekking here. They keep on moving the football down the field, then wide open. Nobody even near Blanco is going to get 26. So KAMU's defense is getting absolutely torched right now by Wisconsin's passing game. Not something that you would really say in a sentence. Wisconsin's passing game is torching someone. Here's a broken off tackle, and I thought that was going to go completed, but good job by KAMU's D in order to put pressure on that receiver and make him think about it a little bit. So he drops it. Bucky the Badger's still happy. And they take a 14-point lead. KAMU, not good enough run blocking. Just not good enough. It's going to be 3rd and 14 now for Kansas A&M. And Jace Freeman got tons of time to make a good throw, and he throws it into coverage. And Casey Carpenter with the deflection. And they're going to have to punt the ball away. And why do we show special teams? Well, because good things happen. And KAMU might have the break that they were looking for right here as the ball fell on top of the Wisconsin player. I don't know exactly what he was thinking. And then he tries to pick it up and says, okay, forget it. He might as well have just walked off the field at that point. So we get a pass incompletion on 3rd and 6. Kellen Edwards with the deflection. And KAMU's going to have to settle for another field goal. So back to being down by 11 points is Kansas A&M. And not a very good route at all by the safety to come back there and make that play. And it's going to be 1st and goal for Wisconsin. And, Cone is looking at his guys like, we can end this thing right now. 2nd and goal into the 4th quarter. Nice play by Dallas Wright to come on in there and make the deflection. But is it going to be good enough? Is it going to be good enough? Are they going to be able to hold Wisconsin to just a field goal? And it looks like they are. And they will. So Jonathan Taylor can't get in the end zone. And that means Wisconsin's going to get the field goal, and they go up 14 again. So if you're Kansas A&M, this is go time right here. You need a big play. And then Doug Flores fumbles the football. You need a big play. And in order to do that, you have to hang on to the freaking football. So Wisconsin, on that possession, the turnover is going to lead to 3 points. It's going to be 33-16, up by 17 points. And on 4th and 17 after a sack, it's going to go incomplete. They didn't even attempt to throw beyond the line to gain. And Wisconsin gets a big win over a Big 12 opponent. So leave your thoughts in the comment section on what you thought of Kansas A&M's effort and performance in that game. I thought it was pretty lackluster. They didn't seem to have a very good game plan whatsoever, especially even trying to get their big-time playmakers involved in even the entire game. So I'd love to know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Do they need to change a quarterback? I don't know. Jace Freeman's their best option right now. They really got to wonder, did letting Rasheed Davis go, as great as he's playing for Shreveport, was that the smart decision? Maybe the smart decision was to let Jace go. Either way, it's not looking good again for Kansas A&M. So let's go to this game. We got Gunner Rivers and the number 9 Little Rock Battlehawks taking on another Big Ten opponent in Maryland, the Terrapins, one of my favorite schools and one of my favorite football teams, and maybe just because of the mascot and the uniforms. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big Maryland guy. 2nd and 7 after Isaiah Green picks up nice yardage there after a penalty, so a false start penalty going to push him back. And on 3rd and 6, Rivers, snap is a little bit wide, but they are going to get the first down. That's going to be a pass complete to Terry Callahan, who actually made some pretty good plays last season in some bowl game. I believe in the bowl game. Terry Callahan making another catch, and that's going to be a first down again. Here's a pass going to go complete to David McBride, one of Gunner's favorite tight end targets. 2nd and 1, Isaiah Green gets almost horse-collared. He's going to get tackled for a loss by Matt Koch. 3rd and 2. Big spot here for Little Rock, and Isaiah Green actually going to get dumped in the backfield. It leads to a 4th and 3. Little Rock will end up kicking the field goal. Chris Mitchell, the former transfer from Ole Miss, going to come down from that safety spot and get the gang sack. And it's going to lead to 3rd and 10 at this point, and almost picked off by Nathan Del Greco. Got to put some stickum on those gloves, man. Every highlight, it seems like you are always making a deflection. You can't seem to pick it off. So here's Jason Wilson, a 25-yard catch for the All-American freshman last season. He's a sophomore now. One of Gunner Rivers' favorite targets. He's going to get 6 on this first down and a little read option. Rivers going to go to Isaiah Green, who finds himself in the end zone, and it's going to be 10-0 here in the first quarter. Little Rock taking it to Maryland. 1st and 10. Pass going to go complete, but stopped a little bit short. Will Barnes only going to get 5. 2nd and 5 for Maryland. This is a big drive for them. If they can push it and get a score, they can keep themselves in this football game because, hey, if Little Rock scores again, you're thinking it's probably on the verge of a blowout at that point. Here's a sack and a fumble. Little Rock gets a sack fumble, and we watch it one more time. Hamilton is the guy that caused that fumble, and I don't know if he recovered it or not, but coach is upset by Chris Hansen. And with 3 seconds left in the first quarter, Rivers fired it out deep. What a catch by Jason Wilson for 41. He stuck one hand out, and you know he's using some stickum, so maybe he's got to talk to Nate Del Greco. Be like, dude, put these on. Put this on for you. Here's Jason Wilson again. We've got run blocking out in front, and Jason Wilson, the wide receiver, he's a big boy. He can run a little bit with the football in his hands. This guy is insane. Look at how big he is. And he's just running the football like nothing. It's either he's really good or that play call on defense was really bad for Maryland. They don't score on their next possession. And look at Keneal Mason busting off tackles. It's our first time that we've seen Keneal, and he makes us enjoy every little second of that. For 27, he's going to bust off tackles, spin moves, hurdles. And he didn't even get taken down. He just got out of bounds and tossed the football away like nothing. He's like, hey, I can do this all day. Jason Wilson going to get another reception on the sideline, and then watch this power run by Isaiah Green for 8. 24-0, Little Rock. It's not even the end of the second quarter yet. And Buddy Monroe's like, well, you know, you gotta give your players some encouragement. That's what they call it down in Arkansas. Yes, sir, Buddy. And we were actually going to talk to Buddy at the half. We'll have a little halftime show with Buddy Monroe. Anytime you guys watch the Little Rock Battlehawks play, you know Buddy's going to make his appearance on that halftime show. So 4th and inches, and this is really the one shot Maryland's had at scoring this entire game. They're going to get 3 points. But with single digits on the clock, a catch is made by Terry Callahan for 34. Little Rock calls a timeout, and they're going to kick a field goal of their own. And this is going to be up and good. And the second quarter is going to go to triple zeros. And Maryland gets their 3 points, and Little Rock gets the 3 points back. So it's like they never scored it at all. So what do you say we actually go talk to Buddy? Buddy, what do you have to say for yourself and your football team here tonight? 27-3. Well, Gold, our defense is playing really good. I love what we're doing on defense, getting a lot of sacks, getting some pressure on that kid Hansen. So I really just think we just got to keep the pressure up. We got to shut these guys down, and we'll be just fine. All right, thank you, Buddy. You guys can see it there up on the screen. -5 in rushing yards for the Terps. That is halftime with Buddy. 1st and 10 here, and we have a pass complete, but good defense again by Little Rock. Going to push him out of bounds for a 4-yard loss. So 2nd and 14, and Maryland trying to get something happening here, but the ball gets out again. So just like what Buddy was talking about, you got to keep up the pressure, got to keep up the intensity, and maybe they can get another turnover. They've only had one so far in this football game, but Buddy can't be happy about that one. Patrick Downing for a big gain. It's going to get him the first down, but Chris Hansen's going to get down again by Jonathan Hamilton. He's laying the lumber on the quarterback. 3rd and 16, and they go with a screen pass, and with Little Rock's defense being too fast and too quick, too speedy, they're going to catch up to him. And Little Rock's going to end up kicking a field goal here. We're just jumping a little bit forward to the 4th quarter because this one's all Little Rock. There's no way that Maryland's coming back right now. And in this 30-3 game, they are going to review this call. I don't see how this is going to have any impact on the game whatsoever. But we see Rivers rolling to the left, and he was able to. He wasn't down. You know, he's still rolling on his butt. Got that ball right over top of the line to gain, and Jason Wilson again going to go for 39. And Little Rock is no quit right now on the scoreboard. He's got over 130 yards tonight through the air with receiving yards, and Isaiah Green's going to get this touchdown. There's the defensive numbers for you guys. This game is pretty much over, 37-3, and just like Buddy was talking about, the defense really is what drove this game in favor of Little Rock. They had a ton of possessions, extra possessions, on offense because of that defense. Jonathan Hamilton being the player of the game. In this one, 3 tackles for losses with 3 sacks. That, guys, is the end of Little Rock and Maryland. They get the W. We will see the rest of the action here through box score and get the preview for week number 4. All right, guys, so I'd love to know your thoughts. What do you think about week number 4? We are going to be finished with that. I'm going to be looking at your guys' comments here and see what you guys are thinking. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts before we go into the recap of all the box scores and the preview for week number 14? I've just got some team builder images up here just for a little backdrop because I don't want to reveal anything too crazy, but good episode. It was good. It was life. Where's the Odessa report? It was nice. Yeah, you know what? Little Rock looks pretty good, in my opinion. Little Rock looks like they are a legit contender. Not that Maryland looks like they're going to be world beaters in the Big Ten by any means, but Little Rock looks good. KAMU still doesn't look too great whatsoever. And I think that they're going to have a tough test. They're going to have a really tough test when we just look at this here. I mean, they got to go up against Denver Tech, Nebraska State. I think they play Nebraska State again this season. Obviously, Ardmore, Little Rock in their division in the East. That's going to be tough. McAllen in the East in the division. Yeah, that Eastern division is going to be really tough for KAMU. I don't see them doing anything. So let's see what you guys are saying here before we go into the preview for week 4 and obviously the recap. Let's see what you guys are saying here. They were good. I don't know who I picked, but good. Oh, he's talking about the games there. New KAMU couldn't hold up against Wisconsin. Good for my pick. Someone should just make a team with a mascot of the vegetable pizzas. Let's go Little Rock, hashtag battle on. How do you feel about Michigan? Michigan sucks. And I think that that's a good point. That's actually a good point to lead off with the next part of today's video, which is the preview. So here you guys go. And I will be back at the very end. So we'll get this thing played out, and I'll be back. Taking a look at the box scores, 33-16, Wisconsin beats KAMU. And guys, it really wasn't all that close. 17 points separated the two teams. 66 rushing yards on 26 attempts was not good for Kansas A&M, and neither is this. That percentage you can deal with, 47%, but with 17 times they were in a third down situation, and 9 times they didn't come through. So that really was the story for Kansas A&M. They couldn't convert. They weren't stretching the football down the field whatsoever. They were getting into a lot of third down opportunities or situations. I wouldn't even call that an opportunity. It was a lot of situations that they were getting into third downs, and that's not good. That's not good. The 2 fumbles on both sides. Well, 1 for both sides, but 2 fumbles total for both teams. It just wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for KAMU. Jace Freeman, 27 of 43. Those aren't terrible numbers, but this Kansas A&M offense with 43 attempts for Freeman, they're trying to get away from that option attack, especially with 43 attempts. You can see it, and then 12 rushing attempts for Freeman, 6 for Flores, only for 14 yards. This is not very good average. Kirkland led the way with 23 rushing yards on 5 attempts, with the highest average yards per rush at 4.6. And then Jameel Carter, no receptions at all. Amarillo and Baylor here, 33-28. Amarillo takes out Texas rival, and they had 512 yards of total offense. I love to see that. That's really the sign, right? That Galveston on this offense is taking the next step. 7 of 12 for third down conversions. No turnovers for Amarillo whatsoever. Baylor was actually picked off twice. Let's take a look at Amarillo's numbers here. And we've got Galveston, 21 of 33 for 3 scores, no picks, 63%. That's a very acceptable amount. And that rushing attack for Amarillo is looking pretty filthy. Keon Sykes, only 17 attempts and had over 100 yards and a score. Henry almost got to that 100-yard clip, so I like to see that. And then David Sledge, the tight end, 118 yards for a score with 8 receptions. Griffin Rivers finally got in with a reception here. He actually had 2 for 49 and a touchdown, and then Quan as well had 6 for 44 and a score. ACU beats up on Marshall 52-10, 588 yards of total offense, and here's the big key. 253 yards on the ground with 2 scores. So not something that you normally see and talk about with ACU, right? And they still had 335 yards through the air. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, they're obviously using Hassan Bonner and Dynasty very, very well here. If we look at the numbers, 13 of 18 for Russell with 5 touchdowns, 72%. Rushing attack looks really, really good. Dynasty with 177 and 2. Bonner 13 for 79. And then the receiving game, Ostrander for 157 and 3 touchdowns. So between Denver Tech and ACU, these two teams look like they are the dominant class of the Big 12. UBA gets the win over Western Michigan 17-14, and Tim Lester gets his victory over his former program in Western. And we can see 386 yards of total offense. This is a nice surprise for UBA fans. The fact that Tim Lester, an offensive-minded guy, can get the most out of Lamont Christian, and that rushing attack getting 34 attempts to get 179. So a little bit more balance here for Broken Arrow, and it's a good thing to see that the defense was able to hold Western down a little bit. 295 yards of total offense. That's a really good number for any defense, especially in college football. 60% for Lamont. He's still got some room to grow. But again, with this balanced attack, you're not going to have a lot of yards to give out through the air. 207 for him. And then Christian for 52 and a score. Viper for 12 for 68. And then Bell, 8 for 50. So nice balance through the rushing attack and nice balance through the air. Buchanan, 7 for 84. Daniel Yancey, 6 for 56. And then Quincy Booth, 5 for 40. So UBA looking pretty solid right now. We saw this game here. Little Rock takes out Maryland 37-3, and they had 9 first downs, 183 yards total offense. It was just an absolute massacre. I mean, there was nothing that Maryland could do against Little Rock. 19 of 25, no touchdowns for Gunner, so that's a little bit disappointing. 76% completion percentage, though. They kind of revolved the game around the defense, and Gunner made the plays that he had to, but it was really the rushing attack. 3 touchdowns for Isaiah Green on 83 yards. So it was kind of a team win. It was really a team win for the Battlehawks. 5 for 143 for Jason Wilson. And we also need to mention Keneal Mason, 2 catches for 30, one being that 27-yard catch, his first of the season. Denver Tech continues to roll 31-14, 455 yards of total offense and only 40 passing yards for Kansas. They apparently were trying to run the football. 51 rushes on 241. So that was their entire offense, trying to run the football, kill that clock, and don't allow Denver Tech to run up the score. But it wasn't meant to be. They still ended up losing by 17 points. Makovich only had to throw the ball 21 times, 144 for a score. Andre Brandt got into the game 1 for 5 for 7 yards and a pick. And again, it was the rushing attack for the Denver Tech rush that set him over the top. Makovich 85 for 2, Thomas with 101, and Miller for 88 and a score. So this 1-2 punch here between these two running backs, Scott Thomas and Dustin Miller, that's really where it's at for Denver Tech. And then when they do want to throw the ball, it's to Nick Burns. He had another big game, 9 catches, 113 for a score. This team is legit. Nebraska State, we saw this one 49-28. They actually held Fresno State to 9 first downs, which is crazy to think because look at the amount of yards that Fresno State got. That's just nuts, right? So 9 first downs to Nebraska State's 26. So what does that tell you? Fresno State was hitting the big plays on this defense, and just lucky enough for Nebraska State, they were still able to get this win and to hold Fresno State's offense as much as they could. So we saw the big run by Ronnie Rivers, 191 yards on the ground, only on 11 attempts. So Nebraska State has a lot to work on as far as the rushing attack goes for their defense. Shinosky, 16 of 29 for 2 scores, 55% completion percentage. That is not good. And we saw Bubba Robinson in a little bit of garbage time there, but he went 9 of 9 in his debut for the Prairie Dogs. 17 attempts for LaBelle, so they did run the football quite a bit. Nichols got 5. Shinosky had 3, probably mostly from trying to escape pressure. Smith had 3, and LaBelle had pretty much the big game here, 5.9 average with 2 rushing touchdowns. Kimberling with a score, Ronnie Rouse with a score, which is nice to see being the freshman. Midland State got the W over San Diego State, 34-13, 18 first downs for both teams, 519 for Midland State. So again, the yards just keep coming for Midland and their offense. Only 1 turnover, and that must have been an interception by Kent Collins. No, it wasn't. Kent Collins went 14-17 for 4 scores, 82%. He's looking pretty darn good. Look at Colton Yo here for 5, 145, and 3 touchdowns. So Colton Yo was the big-time target, apparently, for Midland State. And then Derek Dawson actually came in. That was where the interception came from. But look at Wagner, 211. This is a Midland State offense that didn't really like to run the football a whole lot. I know they're balanced of a team, but man, they focus on the top 3 guys here. They focused on Yo, focused on Wagner for 211, and then as far as the other receivers go here, McDonald, Harrison, Wright, didn't really do a whole lot. It was all Colton Yo today. McAllen beats up on Louisville, 52-28, over 500 yards of offense. Look at the rushing attack, 298 in 4 scores. That is insane. That's insane. Almost 300 yards. This is, again, I keep mentioning it every single week because I want to pound it in your guys' heads. This Denver Tech offensive style from Leroy Jackson, he was a former head coach at Denver Tech, it's really what's driving this McAllen football team. I mean, just take a look at this numbers. 15-25. So Harkless didn't even have to throw, and he still threw for 3 touchdowns, over 250, 60%. Rushing attack between Blair, Buckley, and Wade. You can't stop it. Spivey went in there for 2 touchdowns. McAllen is a dark horse team, and I think they might be able to upset somebody this season. I mean, look at the numbers through the air. It's nice and spread out. Only 3 catches being the average number here. 4 catches for Young, Abraham Young. Andres Buckley had some catches too. I mean, this is a very, very, very tough offense to stop. And when their defense plays like Denver Tech style football, it's going to be a tough team to watch out for. So that is it for week number 3, guys. Week number 4, well, let's go ahead and advance over to week 4. All right, guys, so week 3 is in the books. Let's do a little quick preview of week number 4. We have Ardmore against Cincinnati, Eastern at KAMU, Louisiana against Shreveport. Both 2-0 teams, I should add. Little Rock against Indiana, Midland State against SMU. UConn against Broken Arrow should be a offensive slugfest. Just kidding. Western Kentucky against ACU, that should be a slaughter. Amarillo against Va Tech should be a decent game there. We will show this game, by the way. We'll also show Odessa State against Notre Dame, the number 11 team in the land. This is a national broadcast game. Got to show this one, as well as Ardmore and Cincinnati, so you guys will get that game as well. So, guys, that's really going to be it for today's action. I'll just give you guys this little preview here for each matchup. I'll tell you who I'm picking, and that's going to be it for today's episode. This is going to be it for today's upload. We can see Ardmore's ranking here. I'm taking Ardmore for sure, Eastern and KAMU. I'm probably taking KAMU, but Eastern Michigan, their defense looking pretty solid right now. They've only played 1 game, and it was against FCS West. I'll take Kansas A&M just because Eastern doesn't really look that great yet again. Louisiana against Shreveport. I'm going to take Shreveport. I think Rasheed Davis is the real deal. Little Rock and Indiana. I'm going to take Little Rock again, just because I think that offense is legit for the Battlehawks. Their rush defense, what is that? Rush defense is -4. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They're averaging, is that what that's saying? They're averaging -4. They're averaging -4 rushing yards on the season against 2 teams that they've played against. Holy crap. That defense for Little Rock, you got to take Little Rock. Midland State against SMU. I'm going to take SMU in this one. I said it. I'm going to take SMU. They're a very tough team to stop in this game for whatever reason. I think Midland State's going to lose this one. Kent Collins, you're not going to be able to feature one wide receiver, Colton Yo, the whole entire game. Not like you did last week. I'm going to take SMU at home. Mustangs against Mustangs. I'll take the home team. Connecticut against Broken Arrow. I will go ahead and take Broken Arrow. I don't believe in UConn, even though they are also one of my favorite teams, just because of the mascot alone. I will take Broken Arrow just because I think that offense in Lamont Christian is starting to get going just a little bit more. ACU is going to blow out Western Kentucky. That's not even close. Amarillo and Virginia Tech. This is a very tough game to pick because if you see the overall ratings for each segment of the football team here, it's even. B+, A, B+. And really when you're splitting hairs here at this point. So this one's kind of a coin toss. Virginia Tech kind of disappoints every now and then, but they are at home. I don't think Nate Galveston's going to be able to figure out that defense for Vodtech. I'm going to go ahead and take Virginia Tech as well. And then Odessa State against Notre Dame. This is kind of a prove me type of football game here. Can Odessa go into Notre Dame and get the W? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it's going to be close. I think Odessa can hold their own as far as offense goes. But that defense for Notre Dame, like I said, I think Odessa State can hang in there with their offense. But if that offense gets taken away, they're done. They're done. They're not going to stop anybody on their defensive side of the football. They don't have as much talent as Notre Dame does on offense. You know what I mean? Notre Dame has a good offense. Odessa State, not a very good defense, right? It's a decent defense. So if their defense can step up and allow their offense to work, I think they should have a shot. If their offense gets taken away, if Odessa's offense gets taken away, there's no way they're winning this football game. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame. I think that's just way too much to ask out of Odessa. I'm going to go with Notre Dame. So in review, I have Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, SMU as the winners for this week. Well, next week in the Big 12 action. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing, and the picks will be available on Monday. So please go check out the Google Forms on Monday. I will post that in a community tab. I know it sucks, but I got to get this video out to you guys. It's a little bit later on in the evening. So the picks and the standings will be updated on Monday morning. So if you guys really want to go check that out, please do it. I will post it in the community tab. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. If you're excited for week number 4, I'd love to hear your thoughts about week number 3 action, and what are you most looking forward to in week 4. I'll see you guys then. As always, peace. All right, guys, so that is going to be it for week number 3. I almost said week number 4, but that's going to be it for week number 3. I am still around here, obviously, and we can talk a little bit about Team Builder. We can talk a little about Team Builder action. So what do you guys want to talk about here a little bit? See, we're up to 1,100 here for week number 1, part 2. Gotta like that. Gotta like that. Oh, monetization's off. Crap! Not making any moolah. But yeah, this is a little informal part of the stream. I don't want to take this too long because obviously people are gonna that aren't here for the stream are gonna check off. But does anybody want to reveal who they're taking as far as a dark horse in week number 4 action? I'm actually gonna go ahead and play Ardmore's game right now after the stream, so we can start getting all that week 4 taken away. We'll take this opportunity to work on some things like Michigan did last week. Yeah, that's funny. Gold, talk about Team Builder Twitter. Yes, Yes. Make sure you guys are going to TeamBuilder Twitter. Okay, so Tom Roden. I'll put it in here right now. Tom Roden. It'll be at Tom Roden 3. And that's going to be the Big 12 overall type of beat reporter. He's going to be talking about all the rumors in the Big 12, things that he has come across during his interview process, rumors that he's hearing from team officials, things like that. And then we also have some other reporters as well, and those guys that are running those Twitter accounts, you can go ahead and post that right now if you are here. So I don't remember who the other one was, but I remember it was Ryan O'Callahan. I think he was a Skeeters reporter, a beat reporter as well. So that's just going to add to more immersion of the series as well. So obviously those people running those Twitters are going to be coming through me to confirm if that rumor should be posted or anything like that. But we're trying to shoot for more storylines here in this series, and I think that that's what's really going to help out your guys' engagement and viewership totals as well, and your interest in the series as well. So that's actually going to be it for, there it is. So at Ryan O'Donnelly 1. So that is going to be it, my friends. Epic Plays Madden. Hello, sir. So I'm going to end the stream so you guys can catch up on Week 3 action. And that is going to be it, my friends. So I will see you in the next one on Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Wednesday the 25th. So 25th will be Week 4. And I don't think conference play starts on the 28th. But if conference play does, I will make sure I let you guys know that in that week here for Week 4 on 25th on Wednesday. But we're still going to run with the same upload schedule. We'll have a gameplay Wednesday, gameplay Saturday. Until we get to conference play, that's when we're going to start getting into recruiting updates, and we'll actually start getting into more previews for the Saturday upload. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you in the next one. As always, peace.